everyone, welcome back. I do hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far. If you are in the UK and it's super hot, or if you're in fact anywhere and it's super hot, do remember to stay hydrated, stay out of the sun and keep on watching us. We are live and interactive, but of course you can go back and watch any of the previous shows on YouTube or Facebook as well. We've got Make It Saturday, and we're going to be doing a craft clinic a little bit later on. So what we would like you to do, if you've got any questions at all that are craft related, not any questions at all, because we can't answer lots of questions. I'm not very good at quadratic equations personally. I don't know what, I haven't checked with Sheila what her mastermind questions will be, because that's always quite interesting, isn't it? Mastermind topics. Just message in if you've got any craft questions. And what we're going to do is, if you message in at all, if you're just going to say hello, perhaps you're new and you want to say hello, perhaps you've been here for ages and you want to say hello, maybe you want to tell us what crafty projects you're working on at the moment. If you comment, you will be in with a chance to win a £10 or $10 voucher. We've got two of those to give away, one at the break in an hour's time and one at the very end of the show in 2 hours' time. So it's worth asking the question, it's worth telling us what you're getting up to. Maybe you want to tell us some silly jokes. I don't know. Just message in. Just message in. We like to hear from you. Earlier on today, we were talking about films that we were going to watch in the cinema. Has anyone else been to the F1? Because I'm quite keen to see that. So message in and let me know. I've heard it's very good. I heard it's quite funny, and it's got Brad Pitt in it. So I could have just stopped at the Brad Pitt bit, really, couldn't I? And we'd all want to go to that. It's got who in it? Oh, Brad Pitt's also a good actor, yes, and he's very delicious to look at. Anyway, we should get started on the show. I'm not on my own, thank goodness you're saying, because we can't listen to Becky talk for 2 hours. I've got the lovely Sheila here. Hello, Sheila. Nice
Hello.
break?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. It's nice to be back. We've had a nice little lunch break there, haven't we?
We have. And
sat under the aircon, which is nice. Yeah, so yeah. So it's nice to be back and hopefully bringing lots of good deals and some crafting as well.
Exactly. Now the first one, we're going to get started. I've got a few hellos coming in, and I'll say hello when we've got a few more. Now this is one of our goodie bags here. This is your Make It Saturday goodie bag. This is a tariff-free deal that we've got here. I haven't looked at it. Neither of us have looked at it. It came on the desk and I went, well, I'm just going to put that underneath because I like the surprise. And Sheila, you like the surprise as well, don't you?
Yes,
so
yes,
this is
I'm dying to see what's in there.
This is the first glimpse of all the bits and pieces in here, and she's going to do a demo based on what's in here. So the price for this is £35 or $45. Platinum price is £28 or $36. Let's have a dive in. First thing is, ooh, dancing green shimmer spray. I love it. Pop it there so you can actually see it. That is lovely, isn't it? Gorgeous colour. It's like liquidised gooseberries with glitter. Then we have a creator card. This is Pretty Petals. Really, really pretty, quite substantial die that you've got here. If I turn it around here, you'll be able to see the type of that looks like. So you've got all of those outer edges to make, and you've also got that lovely sort of design with the flowers on it. Really good for paper piecing, that one. Put that over there. Then we have, oh, I really like these. These are those stained glass acetate panels. And these are the circular ones. These are absolutely beautiful. They're really, really lovely. We've then got some tacky glue. We've got, oh, I like these. Corner punches. I've got all of these. I got all of these a little while ago. They are so useful. Make a big difference having a hole punch. That one is your decorative scallops. Oh, fancy scallops. Then we've got some, these are your washi tapes. These are your vellum washi tapes with rose gold sentiments in them. Really like that. You know I'm not a big fan of sentiments, but I do really like that. Next thing we've got here is, it's quite a heavy bag. We've got some 5x7 black card and some envelopes to go with, and white envelopes. You've got 100 pieces in here, so that's really, really useful. So 50 envelopes, 50 pieces of card, ready scored. We've then got some, can't think what colour that is. It's a pink, it's not baby pink. Can't think what it is, it's not fuchsia.
Fuchsia, maybe?
It is fuchsia,
Yeah.
okay. Fuchsia, pink, Centura Pearl card that you've got here. Beautiful colour. Hopefully you can see that through the cameras. Oh, shall I go back to the fuchsia? Hey! Then we have...
I didn't get that straight away, and then I had to say it 3 times in my head, and then I went, oh yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, that's the standard one. You'll get that quite a lot. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I really like it.
It is good.
Has anyone made you sing yet?
No.
Oh. I'm just having a quick look to see what is on the show a little bit later. I will have to find that in a minute, but when we're going to make you sing.
Okay.
The next one we're going to show you is this beautiful create a card with a butterfly on it. That is really, really pretty. Look at that there. We won't make you sing on your own. I'll sing with you, as will all the viewers.
Okay.
Then we've got Arabian Nights. I love these stencils because you can use them for so many different things. You can put your glitter paste through them, you put your inks through them. I think they are really, really fab. We've then got Classic Echinacea. This is that a stamp? Oh, it's a paper craft mask. I really like that. It's nice. And then we've got a ribbon tray. Everyone needs, we were talking about ribbon earlier, a ribbon tray here. So this is one of the Totally Tiffany products. It's a sort of hard plastic container that comes flat packed, so really sturdy for organising all of your bits and pieces. Wow, there's quite a lot in here. I'm going to have to bring it over to you in a minute because I've taken off one shoe while I've been doing that thing, so I'm going to have to hobble over to you with this for you to get started and then come back. We've got less than 40 of these. This is tariff free, so if you're in the US, you want to pop this in your basket. And at that price, when you see how much stuff you get, my goodness me, it's really fantastic. I'm going to go drop this over here and then come back and put my shoe on.
So what about if I come to you?
Huh?
Oh, I was going to, we can meet in the middle. There we go. Look at you. I didn't realise you hadn't got your shoe on.
I was sort of fiddling around with my shoe.
Thank you. What are they doing? Yeah, there's nobody there. There's nobody there.
We've got to go and make yourself a cup of tea. Right, let me put my shoe on and I'll come over to you.
Right, let's see. So, is it over to me now to demonstrate, or are you coming with me,
I'm
Becky?
coming with you. I'm coming with you.
Could we do a...
Don't worry, I'm here.
We could do a joint one, couldn't we? Could we?
We could try.
Let's see what we've got. So we had, what else was... There's a lot of...
Debbie gave me something really basic to do, which I couldn't do last time. So,
really?
Yeah.
Well, we could, let's pull it all out.
Yeah, get it all out.
Because if you get it out and look at... this is what inspires you, obviously. You can't do your... the ribbon. We can't do anything with the ribbon tray.
Let's put that away.
But, so let's see what we've got. We've got some nice things, haven't we? That's nice.
Can you use the shimmer spray with, like that, the
I would
mask?
think, yes, I would think
these?
so. It's yeah, you can put it through there.
Or that's quite nice the way they've done.
That's
that on
nice.
that cover.
Yes, and I was thinking as well we could use some of the nice washi tape.
Shall I open that while you have a look at?
That would give us the look at the stained glass though as well. What about if we spritzed through? Let me grab some paper, some cardstock. So we might not necessarily make a card, but we could make, we could use. Oh,
we don't need to make a card. We need to make something beautiful.
Okay. We could do a box, couldn't we? That could do anything. We could do anything. Right, so we've got pretty petals, create a card. You've got a good idea. Oh, okay, so this is a die. I think we should definitely try mask. Is this a mask as well?
No, that's a stencil.
Oh, we've got stencils.
The stencils are quite nice, aren't they?
Yes. What about if we do the stencils? Do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the stencils because this would be nice. And then we could maybe build up. I'm thinking if there might be something in here that kind of matches that.
Okay.
Colour-wise.
While you're having a look, I'll say a few hellos. So we've got Julia saying hello from Exmouth. Ash is saying hi all. Susanna says hello everyone. Hope you're all having a good weekend. We are. It's fab. Rosalind says hello from Maryland everyone. Good morning, Becky, Sheila, team and everyone. Jay Presley says hello from all my crafty peeps from Pennsylvania. Marilyn is here from South Florida. Sherlan is here saying hello. Stephen Nicole's back again, hello. Hi. Alexandra says hello, Becky, Sheila and everyone from a very hot West Midlands. I think it's very hot everywhere in the UK, isn't it?
I think it is, yes.
I'm more than happy to stay in and watch CTV. I don't have a garden. I think, well, to be honest, I mean, I would. It's too hot to be out in the garden. Unless you're going to be sitting in a pool or being fanned by somebody. That'd be quite nice.
Well, it would, yes.
Diane says hello everyone from New Hampshire, and Suzanne says hi Becky, Sheila and the team. Very, very hot here in Wiltshire. Always love a goodie bag. I do too, because even if you get a goodie bag and you find there's things in there that you've already got, you can always gift them to somebody else. And I always think they offer such great value, especially if you're a new crafter and you just want to build up your stash, because you see things and you think, oh, I quite like that and I quite like this, but I don't really know how to use them. You know, being able to purchase a little bit of everything is a really good idea.
Yeah,
Louise says, I do like a make it a Saturday goodie bag. Trudy says, take your shoes off, just like us. If I take my shoes off, I mean, I'm not very tall as it is, but then I'd be only that tall. Mary Beth says, good morning from Minnesota. Wendy says, looking forward to this. And Karen says, good morning from the Hampton Roads, Virginia. Hello to you all.
Hello.
Keep cool.
Hello.
And keep cool and crafting is what we should be doing.
Definitely.
Ooh,
right, so because normally when I'm doing a spritzer or I'm using a spray like this, I would normally use like a cardboard box or something, put it in so the spray doesn't go everywhere. And I've just realised we've got the fan on there as well, so it could get...
We do have a cardboard box somewhere. What's she called? Brenda?
Brenda the box?
Is Brenda not around anymore? Hold on a minute. Let me go looking for Brenda. Yeah, she is. Hi, Brenda.
Really? Oh, well, there we go then. Oh, yes.
We all know Brenda, don't we? Brenda. Right.
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. So what I was thinking was, if we spritz this, we could possibly make this into a box, but we could do just a box lid.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But we'd have this on top, and then we'd have some, like, there'd be a few splashes around there, I think. But so give your spritzer or your spray a good old shake, get that mica moving around. This is going to be funny, isn't it? I need to open it first, don't I? This is going to be funny when with the fan on. It
could be quite an interesting effect.
Get a really nice effect.
But I think it's probably the same effect everyone else is going to have at home whilst using this product this time of year.
Yeah, definitely. Right, let's get the plastic off there so you can see it's a brand new one. We haven't actually used it at all. So let's get that plastic off there, and then we'll take off the top, and then let's give it a good old spray and see what happens. Now I'm spraying it onto watercolour cards, so it will be quite, it will probably soak in really nicely actually. So we'll do a few sprays around there, just because if this was going to be the lid of a box. If you also do it really slow, and you'll see you can get bigger droplets like that. So let's do that.
So how far away should you be spraying it?
Well, do you know what? It depends.
Oh my God, look at the mess you've made.
I know, there's only a little bit there.
And there.
Oh, there as well. Oh, gosh.
Oh my gosh, you've made so much of a mess. It's everywhere. If it's not messy, you've not enjoyed yourself.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Now, what we need to do, we need to leave that a minute while it just soaks in.
Okay.
Normally, because it depends what kind of box I've got at home. If I've got a really big box, then I'll kind of hold it further back because I know it's got a lot of protection there. But if I'm in a shallower box or something that's got no sides on, in a Brenda box, I would kind of do it a little bit nearer.
Okay.
But obviously, that's going to dry. So now we've spritzed
pop it over here?
Yes, thank you. We can actually see what the colour was like, and I was wondering if there was anything in here that had that like lime greeny effect on it, because we've these are beautiful, aren't they?
They are lovely.
I would just hang these up in a window, you know, put a little hole in the top. I wonder if that one would. Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's kind of. It might work, might it? Do you think that one?
Yeah, or that one. That's quite nice.
Yes. Let's see, because I know you probably have a good eye for colour, don't you? And with doing all your fabric and do you quilt as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, now
That's nice, isn't it?
That might be good. I think we should go with the parrot. We
Yeah.
don't often have a parrot
No.
on a card, do we? So I think we should go with the parrot. We'll just do that one, and I'll pop those away after when you've gone back.
I'll put them away.
Oh, will
while
you?
you're
That might
crafting.
drive you a bit crazy though there.
It's all right. I'll just. If I'm unhappy, I'll just shove them underneath the dress.
Okay, so what we'll do now then, let's see if we can. I mean, we could possibly. I think what we will do when that's dry.
Yeah.
I think what we might do is grab a pen. I'm just wondering if I've got a pen in my bag as well, because I could do it like a black fine liner. Because we could actually then, I don't think I've got mine with me. It's all right, don't worry. I don't think that's going to work, because I was thinking we could draw some black lines through the stencil as well. Right, let's see what else we've got then that would work with that.
Would you want one of the black cards?
Let's do black card.
Yeah.
Yeah. What size is it? Yeah, that's okay, because what we could do, would you get that out and
Yeah.
I'll get us a pink piece as
I
well?
will.
Because I think the pink will work. We can do a couple of matte layers. We might end up doing it as a card rather than a box, I think, but hey ho, we can see as we go. It's always good to have a little bit of a craft with things that we didn't know we'd got. You know, we buy things a lot of the time as crafters on impulse, and then we put them in the cupboard. Thank you very much. We put them in a cupboard, and we don't actually do anything with them. And then you come across them. I do it all the time, and I go, oh my goodness, I bought that in a craft show about 15 years ago, and I've never used it. It's still in the packaging. So you know, it's quite interesting how these things happen.
You sort of keep things for a project, don't you? It's like
Yes.
I've got some paper pads I really love and I don't want to use them, and I'm thinking I've had them for like 4 or 5 years. What am I going to do with them?
I know.
You know,
And I always remember someone saying to me, they do date. So you do need to use them when you get them. But then I don't think they date, to be honest. I think you can use them at any time. They probably do, I suppose. But right, so we're running 5 by 7. So let's cut this down to maybe 4 3/4, I think. And then what I'm going to do is I will try that on there. So we want a nice black outline, because I think that will go really well with the little like what are these called? What's the correct name for these? Because I hadn't seen these until I came up this week. Are they stained glass
effect circles?
Because we do squares as well, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
And very I don't think exactly the same imagery, but they're very similar, aren't
Yes,
they?
yeah.
Do you want me to take the backing off these? Backing and
is
the
it-
fronting?
Yes.
Yep.
That will be perfect. I'm going to trim this just a tiny bit more, because I think this will pick up the colours, because we've got the fuchsia pearl card here,
So
which is beautiful.
Can we just
can
you go back to that, please?
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, no, look at me, I'm bringing it back in. Oh, no. It's like that, isn't it? What's the one where, I think it was my nephew, actually, he started doing some work experience at, like he was on a golf course, a greenkeeper. So he was with the greenkeepers, and he was only about 15 at the time, and he was always very shy, like really shy. And they kept like asking him to go and get things. So they said, will you pop along to the shed and get us a bubble for the spirit level and things like that.
That's just cruel.
And he was telling me about it, and I was like, that's just absolutely not okay. You know, that's really sad.
And tartan paint.
Tartan paint, yes. Yeah, tartan paint. Oh, that's silly, isn't it? Imagine that. Can you imagine if there was such a thing as tartan paint?
I'd love that.
I would. Imagine. We're going to do the bedroom tartan. Just dip your brush in and...
I think wouldn't it be good if you could get tartan paint, and then that's what graffiti artists use. Well, not even graffiti artists, but you know, like the kids when they're graffitiing, but they'd do bits of tartan all over the land.
Yeah, definitely.
There's definitely film on both sides, isn't there? had this conversation
I
before.
would think so. I would think there is. Normally is with something like that, isn't there?
I normally use a pin, but I don't think we've got one here.
You could use, I've got a, what about this, Becky? This is a clean pin from a clean glue tub. That's not been used before, so you could try that, if that will help. So let's see, we could put one of these rose gold sentiments on. I'm just wondering what it would be like on, because that is clear, isn't it, once we put it on, and it would kind of match with the clear little circle there. Shall I check if our thing is dry now. Let's have a look and see.
I wish I hadn't offered to do this.
If it's not,
This is a really fiddly job.
I might just get the heat tool and heat this up. That's okay. Because I don't think it's quite dry. So I'm just going to go out of the shop for a minute.
Keep your messages. Oh, film's only on one side. Okay, that's why it's not working. I thought it was on both. Is it on both on the square one? Sure,
Oh,
it's on
really?
both on one of them.
Oh, okay.
So I've done it. Thank you for that,
Right,
Jan.
I'm just going to
You've
plug this
saved
in.
me. I could have been here for hours. Keep your messages coming in. If you've got any questions, remember we're going to choose questions for Craft Clinic, but also any questions, any comments, anything you might want to say, share with us, tell us about. We're going to choose one person at random in the first part of the show to win a £10 or $10 voucher,
Ooh, wow.
and another person in the second part of the show.
That's
so
amazing.
there's nothing to lose.
Just pop that there and then
And there's no silly questions, so don't even worry about losing your dignity, because you won't. Because we won't judge you
Not at all.
because we've all been there.
Yes, we have, yeah. So we'll just give this a bit of a speedy dry. It's
I like that
it's
colour.
worked quite
It's almost,
nicely, hasn't it?
It is like a gooseberry fall.
It is, and it's got that lovely shimmer in it, so it's really, really nice. So I think what we'll do is we'll...
Send us a joke. So, who sent us a joke? Jay Presley sent in a joke.
Fabulous.
Did you hear the rumour about the butter?
No.
Well, I'm not going to spread it.
Oh my.
Come on, dad jokes. That's what I want. Dad jokes. Have you got any jokes in the gallery, Sam or George? I don't want you to Google some. I want you to come. Don't you
You've not
know
got
some
any
dad
in your
jokes?
brain already? Did I bring? Yeah.
I only know rude jokes. They're the only ones that sit in my mind.
Yeah, they do kind of sit in a certain space in your head, don't they? So
They do.
Yeah,
In the rude space of your head.
yeah, the rude space of your head, of course. Right, so let's chop this out. Now, I think what we'll do, we won't leave. I was going to leave a white edge on it, but I don't think I will. I think it'd be nice without any white on it, don't you?
Yeah.
So let's chop that off. And I'm loving these extra bits because I'm thinking we can do maybe a sentiment.
They're really
on
pretty, aren't
one of
they?
these with the vellum.
That's the nice thing about using things like these kind of sprays and the inks, because you
Yeah.
get unexpected results in the little excess pieces of paper that you can keep using.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, if you spray 6 sheets all with the same stencil,
Yeah.
everyone will be different because of the angle of the spray nozzle and the way how far away you sprayed it. So we might have to trim this down a little bit more, but this is going to go onto there. And then I'm thinking as well, what we could do is pop one of these sentiments onto
Yep.
maybe a piece of this, trim this down, layer it onto there, and then that would go on the bottom, and then this could go here. Do you
Yep.
think we should put that on some white
Yeah,
to lift it?
I think so.
Okay, we can do
Shall I
that
get
then.
some white?
Yes, there'll be some white card down there. So let's cut this to be, I think we'll trim a little bit off. So I'm going to trim it to about there, and then we're going to cut like a V in the bottom. So we've got so it then looks like a little banner. Okay, like that. So let's go like that and like that. So we have that. So we can stick that one onto there.
Nice.
And then shall we put, would you take one of those off there or choose one of those and then pop it on is that all right?
Yeah,
And then
of course
pop it
it is.
on one of these of your choice, and then we can put it onto a bit of pink, and I will just chop around that. If you've got a die, obviously, you can cut your circle out with your die, but I'm just going to do it freehand.
On the yellow first or the pink?
I think we should put it on the yellow, do you?
Okay, yeah.
Because then we can layer it onto some pink.
Any particular size, or just you're going to trim it down after I stuff it on?
Yes, we'll
Right,
trim it
right.
down, yeah. So we'll trim it down. This is like Blue Peter used to be, isn't it?
That was where I always wanted to work.
I know, we
I
did.
really wanted to be a Blue Peter presenter. And I did, I apply for, I think I applied for a thing as a Blue Peter presenter. I didn't get it.
Did you really? Wow.
I'm very good at making things out of old toilet tubes.
Yes.
And that was
Well,
a
you and me are going to
prerequisite.
get along great then, aren't we?
Excuse me?
Myself and my sister, there's like just over two years like difference in our ages, and we were best friends for, we used
that's
to play
nice.
together all the time. and we used to watch Blue Peter, and then we used to imitate the presenters. You know, we used to say, my sister's favourite thing was, what you need to do is you need to mix it and get it to the right consistency. She always used to say that. And then I used to say, okay, now what we're going to do next, and we used to just think we were on there, you know. But yeah, fabulous, fabulous days. Now then, sticking this on here, because I'm just doing this ad hoc and I'm thinking, you know, what we've got close to hand. So I'm thinking that red liner tape would work on here. Do you think so?
I would have thought so.
So let's do it on maybe on the like most patterned part. So I'm just doing 3 little pieces, and I'm thinking this won't show.
Oh, that's a really clever idea where you've put that.
Well, we put it on, yeah, just a couple there, and we've got one on the darker bit of the tail. So if I can take that off there now, and this is probably going to be a bit of a nightmare as well, because as you said, Becky, it was hard enough getting the back off. I can't see if I'm actually grabbing that. Oh, I think I've got it. Yeah, I've got it. Okay, so we've got, and this is just a quick, obviously we're doing a quick make here. What's supposed to be a quick make anyway, but it's taking a bit of time.
Another joke. There was a fight in the fish shop last night. 3 fishes got battered. What kind of chocolate do you get at airports?
Don't know.
Plain.
Oh my! Oh my goodness!
I love it.
Why
Keep
did I not
going.
get that? Yeah, they're great little jokes like that, aren't they? Okay, so we can't see any evidence there of any tape, which is pretty.
That's really good.
Isn't it pretty amazing?
Yeah.
So what we'll do now, we'll grab that pen that I had before, still on here. And what we'll do is similar to what we did on the little football card this morning, because we're not putting it on a layer, let's bring a little bit of black into it. So we're just going to do a little line like that. It doesn't matter if it's not totally straight, because this is
I think it's better when it's not straight, isn't it?
I think it just looks a bit more natural, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, and this one's gone a bit awry because I've got my hand stuck on the mat. Okay. Probably due to the excessive heat we are enduring in the UK this week.
I think it should be bigotry that people you work with buy you ice lollies throughout the hot shows. That's what I reckon.
That used to. I used to work in IKEA many years ago, and when the weather got like this and it was a bit ridiculous, they used to do that. They used to bring us ice lollies round just to cool us down, because we still had to wear our uniform and our thick trousers, and we had to have our, you know, our steel toe cap shoes on. Yeah. So it was always a bit of a nightmare when the weather was hot, having to do that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just trim this down, and then we'll put it on a bit of pink, and then we can stick them down.
Have you seen there's a new game, a new like card game, and it's about IKEA, and it's a Swedish word. Is it a swear word or is it an IKEA piece of furniture?
Really?
Yeah. I thought that was quite good.
That. Oh my goodness!
I thought it was quite interesting.
Oh, that's brilliant! Yeah, that's really funny. Because they very often they are more often than not the names are like of the products are places. Mm-hmm. So when I used to work there, I was working there in the Millennium.
Right.
And they gave us all they used to give us a big Christmas present every year, and it could be anything like, you know, like a gas barbecue. I got one year.
Oh, okay. They're good presents, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they were brilliant. And a solar radio, which was fabulous. Yeah. That was a big chunky radio. And then we also got, what's the other thing we got? At the Millennium, they actually got us, gave us all a bike. So you just had to go and queue up and decide, you know, tell them whether it was, you know, if you wanted a male or a female bicycle. And I'm trying to think now of what they were called. They had a name, and that was named after a mountain range, actually, in Sweden, you know. So pretty amazing, really. But yeah, I think we'll go with pads on here as
I've got a Swedish friend called Åsa, and ASA, and there was a rug in IKEA called an Åsa rug.
Oh,
and
really?
I saw it, I thought, oh, this is really funny, and I bought one for her. And
how fabulous.
I was one of many people that had bought her this little pathetic
really?
rug.
Everybody bought one?
Because it was like, you know, it was like 10 quid or something like that. So it wasn't
she had
too
like
expensive.
9 rugs in the
But
house.
everyone thought we were really funny.
That's brilliant. That's
But,
really brilliant. That's fabulous. Okay, so we've got our nice little sentiment will just sit on the bottom there like that.
Yep.
And then our lovely parrot
That's
will
great.
go there. So
Wow.
let's pop this on with a bit of a glue because we've already put it on pads. So we'll just pop a bit of colour glue on and that should grab there. And then we can add, I think we'll add the parrot. I was going to call it a pigeon then. We'll add the parrot on there.
So there's other types of foam, aren't there?
Yes.
Adhesives? What other types of foam
So
adhesives are there?
there's less deep. I think these are probably, I'm guessing these are 3, possibly 4 mil deep. But we've got, obviously we've got tape as well. We've got round pads.
Yeah.
We've got the little tiny square pads.
Right.
So it depends what you're doing, you know, whether you're doing something small, you want it chunkier.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got a lot, so they'll all be on the website. So that was a quick make, but well, it wasn't that quick, but
Lovely. That's brilliant. Really impressive. I really like that. Well done. And that's all from the goodie bag. £35,
Yes.
$45. The platinum price is £28 or $36. That is incredible. Really like that.
do you?
Yeah, I really like that. That's
Thank
brilliant.
you. Well, it was a joint effort, wasn't it? Joint effort.
I didn't do much.
did.
Did you say we're going to a little break? We're going to go to a quick break and we'll be back in a couple of moments.
Hi, this is Alison Mason and I'm in my favourite place, my craft room with a view. Why do I love Crafters TV? Many reasons. Lots of inspiration, incredible demos, fabulous products and tools that have certainly helped to improve my crafty skills. It's also great to interact with other crafters on the socials and also with the team. It's like being part of one big family. Keep up the good work. Thanks, guys.
From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. We craft in Saarbrücken, Tucson, Kissimmee, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Biloxi, Latte, Elmira, Glendale, Scottsdale, Anchorage, and Hurtville, Seattle, Go Canyon, Ipswich, Cumberland, Unionville, Toledo, Miami, Atlanta, Cleveland, Go Canyon, Altoona, Calounda, Port Orange, Clover, Rising Sun. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. And there's a few more places I didn't manage to get into the song. West Runton, Newcastle, Kingswood, Sandbach, Carlisle, Bewley, Albury, Durham, Springfield, Ashington. We craft in Greenville, Lincoln, Nebraska, Sumter, Oak Park, Winchester, Nashville, Stoke-on-Trent, Mount Pocono, Greenville, Charlotte, Oxon Hill, Tunbridge Wells, Modesto, Haverhill, Sierra Vista, Arecibo, Morgantown, O'Fallon, Aurora, Black Forest. We craft in Hermiston, Brownsburg, Henderson, Socorro, Fort Myers, Mandenholm, Hilliard, Farmingdale, East Moline, Summers Point, Calgary, Charleston, Salisbury, Malden, Galloway, Fitchburg, Hopewell, Aberdeen, Winstead, Castlewood, Chatsworth, Limestone, Victoria, Willoughby, Rockland, Canton, Falmouth, Conestoga, Lyndhurst, Ashbourne and Cluj-Napoca. Oh yeah.
Hello everybody, welcome back. What's your favourite Ben song? Put in the comments, because the more people comment, the more chance you've got of winning a £10 or $10 voucher. Remember, we do want your questions for Craft Clinic later on. Any question about craft at all, no, it doesn't matter how silly it is, how complicated it is, even if we can't answer it, we will do our very best and we'll try and find out the answer for you anyway. Carrying on, Rhonda says, I can't wait to start using the stained glass. They are really, really pretty designs in them. Cheryl says, good morning, Becky and Sheila. Loving you two together. A good idea on the red liner tape, Sheila. You could not see that red liner tape at all,
No,
which is
not
really
at
good.
all. Not
Like
at
that.
all. I think you could probably put more of it on there. I found this with vellum many years ago. If you've got vellum's hard to stick, obviously, because it's usually kind of plain. But if you've got a pattern vellum, you can stick it. If you put either a little bit of tape, like a tiny piece of tape, behind any patterned bits, or use like a glue stick behind the pattern bit, say if it's got flowers on or something like that. But with these, this is amazing because there's so much colour and so much detail. obviously your red liner tape is clear just because it's got the red backing on. It's actually clear when you take the backing off. So you can put more on. I've only put 3 little pieces on there, and they were tiny thin tape, probably 3 mils. So it's amazing how it's held it onto there. So yeah, definitely use red liner tape with those.
Fantastic. Roxanne says that goodie bag is fantastic and really great card, Sheila. I think it looks really impressive. And Sheila, probably not you, another Sheila, she said her favourite song is We Craft Everywhere and The Crafty Man. Yeah. To be honest, it's quite difficult to choose what the best song is. I'm sure the best song would be the one that Ben writes for me, but he's not done that yet. Yeah, I like the Leanne one. They're all good, aren't they? Yeah, they're all good. He's just wonderful.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Right, next item. Colorista Pencil Bundle. These are wax pencils, which means they're blendable. You've got so many different colours here. This first one is your bright and vivid. You can see you've got a lot of primary colours in there. Your next one is your floral sensations. Lots of pinks and mauves and reds in that one. The next one is your perfect portrait. So you've got a lot of skin tones in there, as well as some browns and creams and some pinks, a few sort of yellowy oranges as well. And then finally we've got natural landscape, which has got your greens and your browns. Hold on a minute. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? For all
my
four?
word.
All 4 of those, $7.98 or $11.98. Platinum price, £6.38, not £9. You sure that's just not for one? That's for all of those. Oh, it's a tariff-free deal. Look, the kids are breaking up from school soon, if they've not done already. New bundle of pencils keep them occupied for £6. Or sort of just under $10. Oh, that has to be something you're putting in your basket. I don't need colouring pencils, but I'm having those.
Can I just say, Becky, on that?
Yeah.
I actually bought, before I joined Crafters Companion, I actually bought a pack of those.
Yeah.
It was only $3.99 for the pack.
Yeah.
But that just goes, it goes to show what a great deal that is. Because that would have normally been like nearly £12, so it's almost like half price, isn't it?
They're laughing at me because I sniff the pencils. I sniff most things.
Yeah, I don't sniff pencils,
well,
but
they're wax pencils, and they're just seeing if they, because you're so used to pencils. You know, if you buy cheap pencils, they're just that really scratchy kind of pigment. They don't really blend. These blend beautifully. They are absolutely gorgeous, and they are really quite. Given the price, you think they're quite childish, wouldn't you? You think they're sort of geared for children, but you look at those. They look super professional. They are professional grade pencils, but they look beautiful. Anyone would be happy with those. That price, that's just mental. It's just silly price. Yeah. You have to have them. If you don't, I'm buying the lot. Right, next one. Next item. Graceful plumes. You going to go for that? Yep. Oh. Smells nice as well. Rhonda says, I was pleasantly surprised how smooth the Colorista pencils were to use. They're better than some other companies' best pencils. There you go. Heard it from the horse's mouth. This is your Graceful Plumes card collection. You've got in here your 12 by 12 paper pad, you've got your 6 by 6 paper pad, and you've also got some of the luxury linen cardstock. I'll have a quick flick through there because you know what the small ones are like. Basically, this is just a scaled down version of the larger one. You've got those double-sided, fantastic detailed pictures. You'll see them so much better on the big one. So this isn't, the 6 by 6 is not like we just cut this into 4. You've got everything sort of made a little bit smaller. Look at the richness of the colours. You've got, I mean, every single one is absolutely stunning. You've got beautiful yellow ochres, olive greens, pinks, reds. They are absolutely, look at that blue one. They are absolutely beautiful. Really, really like those. So you've got the 12 by 12 paper pad. The 6 by 6 has the same imagery. And then you've got your linen cardstock in these fantabulous colours that are going to work really well with all of those different designs. The price is £30 or $45. Platinum price is £24 or $36. And this, again, is another tariff-free bundle. Okay, next one. We're going to look at paper piecing. I love paper piecing. Really, really, it's one of the most absorbing things. It's like doing a puzzle. Really like this. So this bundle here has got various different items in here. The first one is your endless love. My endless love. I can't believe I hit that note. You've got the die in here, and you've also got some stamps. Look at those. Yeah, that is really beautiful. That die in itself is one of the ones that cuts in. It's absolutely incredible using that for making shaker cards, but of course you can use it for your paper piecing as well, and you're going to end up with some beautiful hearts to use elsewhere. So you've got that first one. Next one is your majestic unicorn. Is there any other kind? I don't think there is. Beautiful again. You can see how you're going to lend itself to the paper piecing here. Then you've got your elegant peacock. Once again, is there anything but an elegant peacock? You've got all of those different parts in there that you can be using for paper piecing. This would be particularly good if you bought that paper pad earlier, because you could use that for paper piecing in here. And then we've got your hold and release sheets. These were out of stock for quite a long time. We were borrowing and stealing them from each other. So you've got these in here. You've got 10 pieces of these sheets, and this allows you to be able to do your paper piecing nice and easily. And we've also got some die cut release sheets from Sizzix as well in the bundle. £20, $30. Platinum price is £16 or $24. Guess what? It's tariff free. Then we've got the multimedia cutting dies here. These are great. These are so useful. I like these because we're always looking for like a gift tag to go with something. Being able to make your own makes a massive difference. They're quite expensive, but of course you can make and sell. So you could always make up gift tags, put them in a bundle and sell them at a craft show. Why not? You can absolutely do that. So in this bundle, you're going to be getting this. You're also going to be getting my favourite. This is the ivory, I think. Centura Pearl. It's like vanilla ice cream. And you know I sort of relate everything to food, but you've got beautiful Centura Pearl card in here. You've also got a tote bag to put all your bits and pieces in, or use it like I do for putting around your head when you're doing the cooking. Did you not see that on an earlier show? No? I might show you in a minute. I'll show people in a minute. And then you've got this paper pad. This is a glorious paper pad full of fireworks and drama and excitement. This is absolutely beautiful. I don't know how you could not go for this, because that price of £50 or $60, platinum price is £40 or $48, is a fantastic deal. Really, really like this. And Sheila, you're going to do a demonstration for us using this, aren't you?
Well, I'm going to use the tag dies with some mount board. Maybe I could steal a sheet of that, and we could use that as well, because I didn't have that here with me.
I'll bring it over.
If that's all right.
It is. I'll put my shoes on now.
So we're going to use the tag dies. Now, these are multimedia dies, so these are going to cut through the mount board, grey board, acetate, anything like that, fabric, felt. They're a bronze colour, so that's how you know they're multimedia dies. So I thought what we would do, we would try it through the mount board, and what we do 2 tags the same size, and hopefully we could make it like a little album, like a little, almost like a little mini scrapbook or album. So I'm going to try, because I can't believe that this is going to cut through here. I'm sure it does, doesn't it? It must do, doesn't it?
I mean, those multimedia dies, they are quite significant. So when I use them for fabric, and they'll cut through 10 layers of cotton fabric.
Yeah.
So, you know, you don't think they're going to go through, do you? Because you just don't think something has got that pressure, but they're very, very good.
Right, so what we're going to do now, I'm thinking the combination plates of the plates is the white one, the metal one, which we will put on there. So the die, the cutting side of the die, obviously you've got your card on there, but that goes into the metal, and I think that's what gives it a hand. And then does this look right to you? I mean, if it won't go through, it'll just spit it back out. I mean, won't it?
I wouldn't necessarily I tend to, you could use that, but when you use those multimedia dies with that metal shim, because it's so flexible, you make quite a big indentation. You can use, if you happen to have fabric plates, which are much thicker metal, you can use those as well.
Okay.
So if you have bought those in the past, and you want to use those, you could use those with the white plates instead of that, metal shim. And then it saves your metal shim a little bit, you know, 'cause it does get marked.
Yes, I think the thing is, when I first got a machine that had a metal shim, I'd go to like demonstrations and things, and people would say, look at my metal shim, they'd bring it with them.
Yeah.
And they'd say, look at it, and I was like, what have you cut with it? This is amazing. So it's cut it like a dream, and it didn't even do the cracking.
Yeah.
So it's cut through there beautifully. I held it on with a little bit of tape, which I can take off now. But yeah, they used to say, oh, well, I just use it all the time. I was like, you don't need to use your metal plate all the time, because if you use it with paper, it's going to just bend it and make a real mess of it. You only need it for things like acetate, fabric. Look at that, mount board.
Perfect.
Absolutely incredible. Look at that. So you can be making, you know, proper good tags. I mean, that's white mount board. It's amazing. It's actually amazing. So we're going to cut another one of those. And then what we'll do, we will do a couple of like little pages, or we might actually cover the front of it, I think, with the firework celebration pad, I think. So let's just pop this through again. So we know
if you've got a party or wedding or something like that, you could do all of these with the names of everybody or the guests. Couldn't you tie them around their wine glasses?
Yes.
There's so many things you can do with these kind of tags. And I like the idea of being able to sort of create all of your own designs. There's so much information on Pinterest and sort of similar sites where they're charging a fortune for these beautiful tags tied with a bit of twine, and you can make your own as well as having all the other bits and pieces that come with it.
Definitely. Now I've done a little test now to see. Yeah, I wanted to do a test because I can see that I've marked the plate here, and I'm not sure if I should have done that. Might get shouted at next week, but it didn't cut through without that plate. So I wanted to just show you that.
Yeah. Always best to err on the side of caution, isn't it? Always start with less.
I think so, yeah, but it definitely didn't cut through. So I think putting this, the clear plate on top now as well, and we can hear that that's cut through. There we go. Let's see if that's... There we go. And that has cut out because I can feel it. There we go. Beautiful. That's amazing. And it's even put that lovely kind of like nice little line at the top there, so it's almost like a score line. So you could be making, obviously you could be making lovely albums, you know, little notebooks, things like that. You could use them for maybe magnetic boards on your fridge to put to-do lists and things like that. So let's just cut this out now. So what we're going to do now, because I'll need to get my cutter, and just borrow the trimmer here, because this is not going to fit through the machine. So we're just going to go with the, I think it needs to be. Let's just measure. This is going to look really nice, I think. So there we go. Not sure if we'll get two from that, but we'll try it and see. So this time we're going to cut it from this fabulous paper, and we're going to get that lovely burst of fireworks there. So let's grab some more tape just to pop that. We can pop that at the top.
Could you cut both pieces, or you're going to have cover on one side of the... If you're going to cut two, could you cut two at the same time?
We could probably cut two. I wonder, let me see how long this is. So it's just longer than 6 inches. So, but we could do, let's do that. Let's do multiple pieces. So if I grab this, we'll cut it down to, because we might be able to get extra bits of this. Let me just grab the trimmer again.
You always try and use as much, the most sort of frugal way of using up your cardstock, don't you?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
I have my favourite paper pad was the Roaring 20s one.
Oh,
and
right.
I've got tiny pieces, pieces that are not much bigger than a postage stamp, but I just don't want to get rid of them.
Right, so I don't think this time I will need the metal plate because I'm not cutting through anything chunky. So this time it will be, I'm thinking it'll just work like that. I love experimenting with the plates.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'll need my magnetic sheet, won't I? Of course I will for this. I will need my magnetic sheet because we're cutting through paper. And then, so you've always got to have one white plate on the bottom and one white plate on the top. Oh, what's it doing? Oh, lifted something up there.
I think it's just you had the back bit lifted up, that's all.
What's that, sorry?
You just had the back bit lifted up.
Yes. Mind you, it's just gone through, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's already gone through, but it must have popped back up again.
Yeah.
There we go. There
It's
we go.
just to remind you it is working.
Yes, it is
sometimes
working.
it's so
Definitely
quiet,
is.
you think it's not
Definitely
working.
is working. And look at that, it's cut too beautifully. Okay, so let's now put this. We can have one on the front, so we can have that one there,
Yeah.
and then we could have one on this one as well. So we're creating like a little album cover.
Nice.
So let's pop that on with, collal maybe. I'm sure that would hold it on here. I'll just undo that. Take the little dry bit
Rhonda
off
says,
as well.
my new fridge is not magnetic. The only good thing about that is that my fridge front doesn't look messy now. I think that's how fridges look, don't they?
Yes.
Full of like, council tax bills and, something that children have put up there. We've got
Yes.
random photos. So that's what I tried to do that a while ago. I've got magnetic, actually it was my magnetic shim from another machine that I had, which I'd accidentally cut. And I cut it up, and then I stuck pictures on the top of it. And so I've got photos on there. So we use those as the magnets on the fridge to hold
Fabulous.
things up. So there's always a use for the magnetic shim that we've all damaged at some point by putting things in the wrong way
Yeah.
round. I have a winner for the first £10 or 10 voucher, £10 or 10 voucher, £10 or $10 voucher, and that is Deborah Mackey on YouTube. Well done, Deborah. It's if you can email in at ctvprizes@crafterscompanion.co.uk. That's ctvprizes@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and that was Deborah Mackey. We still have one more voucher to give away at the end of the show, so keep your comments coming in. We've got questions for Craft Clinic in a little while, so if you've got any questions, do message in. I like a joke as well. So send me a joke. Tell us what you've been up to. Have you been crafting? Have you been sleeping in the sun? Have you just come in because you realise it's just too hot to be outside? Please do let us know.
So what we're going to do now, I'm going to cut a little tag this
Yep.
time, because what we can then do, you could put this onto maybe the front, so it would, I have a lot of albums that I've made over time, and they've got I like to put the little boot rings through them,
Yeah.
and then tie like lots of twine and ribbon and strings
Nice.
around the rings. But we could do a little tag here. So again, no magnetic sheet this time, just the white sheet, the white plate, the metal shim, the die. This one, let's do it that way because. Like that, and then we'll pop that through there. It's done it again. Why is it doing that? Don't know why it's doing
I think
that.
you're tidying up.
Pardon?
I think you're just tidying up, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, I know why it is. I think there's a big piece of tape on the back. So I wonder. I think that might be.
Oh, you carry on
Holding
crafting.
it.
I'll try and get rid of it.
I don't. I've taken the tape off. There was a white piece of tape. It must have got caught on something.
Ah.
Maybe. Anyway, it's cut it, so we're fine. There we go.
I haven't done anything.
I'm scared to use it now. Okay, so what we're going to do now then, let's take another piece of the firework paper and we will cut a little tag from this. Now then, what we can do this time, rather than putting all the plates on, this should work in the little
It should.
mini, shouldn't it? Let me get the mini machine. And the little wallet for that. and we can put them
I think
in
it's
there.
actually National Simplicity Day. As Ben always says, this is simplicity without the electricity.
Absolutely, that's brilliant, isn't it? Oh, I'm not sure it'll go through. Multimedia
Oh,
die.
yeah, it's quite thick, isn't it?
Okay,
Yeah.
let's
I've
not
just,
do that.
I've just put the little shelf up on the back of the machine. I'll just let you know because I don't want to. I was gonna. She's giving me a look.
You are worrying me now.
It's an Etch-a-Sketch day. Oh my goodness, I love an Etch-a-Sketch.
We never had an Etch-a-Sketch. We couldn't afford one, so we used to just play with my friends. We don't need that one. We need magnetic. No, I don't need magnetic, do I?
Don't you think
do
an
I? Yeah.
Etch-a-Sketch is like the 1970s version of Minecraft? You spent ages doing something, then someone came over and just destroyed it.
Just like
Yeah,
shook it.
yeah.
Right, so are we gonna risk this again?
Yeah, do it.
Why is it doing that, do you think?
Bang!
It's doing it again. Why does it do that?
I might swap it out with a different one. We'll just have a look. There might be a little bit of tape just caught on the back of it. Shall I swap
think
it out
it's-
with another?
Yeah, I don't think it's meant to do that, is it?
I will find a machine.
Don't worry about it. It's fine because I don't think I need to cut anything else today. I think everything is, but we can check that later. So let's do this this little tag now. It's like there's something. I don't know what it is. It keeps making me jump. Right, okay, let's do this little tag here. So now I'm going to grab some twine from over here because we can pop these together like this. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll put these two together first. Now, if I was going to make this as an album, you've got two options. You can either have the front that's covered and have the inside of the back, or we can do it like that. So you would be putting pages in. So maybe if you were cutting white pages or patterned pages, you could do that. And then what we would do, so let's get some twine like this. And don't forget as well, with all these tags, so you get in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just take that off there, and then before it goes back in the packet, we've got 6 lovely dies here, and they're not all the same, so they're not like nesting dies. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what you will find is that 5th one there is exactly the same as the one we've cut, which is why I've cut that, because it means they will match. So, oops. So, let's pop these two together. And obviously, because you are going to be tying it together like this, it allows you to put, 5 pages, 20 pages, 30 pages. You're going to put, you're going to be able to make a really big album. Now, the other thing you could do as well, because I'm thinking we need to open it, and I'm going to try this before I actually tie it together. I think, get my scoreboard, which is down here. And I'm going to see if it will actually let us score along that line. Because it's mount board, it would be great if we could score along there. So, just to give it a little bit of an easier way of opening it. So, let's just do that. Let's go along there like that. It might work, it might not. Let's see. Very often with mount board you can do that, but you have to give it, if you imagine normally when we're scoring paper or cards, we do 2 or 3 scores anyway. So obviously with a thicker item, a thicker product, you're going to have to do more than 3.
Okay.
And it does look like it's going now, and you can do it both ways like that. So at least then, when you've made an album, you'll be able to open it. And I think as you open it more and more, it will work, and you'll have a front cover like that. So that's good. You don't need to do that with your back cover because it's this bit that you want to open. Okay, so let's tie this together now. Obviously, I'm not going to put pages in, but I just wanted to show you how well that cuts through mount board, because it's done an absolutely amazing job there with the metal shim in there too. And then what I'm going to do is tie this in a bow, so that will hold it together. And we will just knot that as well, I think, so that we've got a bit more stability on there. And then we can add onto there, I'll put my fingers in there while I pull this knot tight. Then we can pop our little tag on the front as well. So that could have it could have a greeting on, that could have your, you know, say if it was an album for Halloween, Halloween photographs, you could have Halloween written on there with the date, the year, or you could actually just put, you know, John or whoever it was for on there. So you've got that little thing there which I think is quite cute, which makes it a bit more personal, like that. So that will sit there, and then we can just cut these bits off here. You could leave those longer if you wanted to. You could do it with ribbon, because the hole there will take the ribbon. But you can see then how you've got like a little album that you could have either that way or that way. Get some pages in there. I mean, you might even just want to stick your photographs in there and back to back, whatever you want to do. But again, it's great from the mount board, which I'm sure we've got on the website. And yeah, that's what you can do. Oh, you can do it as a card as well.
Great.
So we've only used 2 of the 6 dies there, so there's lots to go at in there. But because they're multimedia, you've seen that we've cut through 2 sheets of paper and obviously mount board. So you're going to be able to cut through acetate, as long as you've got your metal plate, which you'll use with them on anything that's a bit tougher to cut through.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that. That looks really good. Lots of people liking that. Catherine Wood said she's managed to do a bit of crafting today, got up earlier. I think that is a key thing when it is this warm. We're going to have another quick break so we can all have a little bit of a drink. Not alcohol, just water. And we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Hello everyone, I am Aaltje de Vries from the Netherlands. The question is what I like about Crafter's Companion. When I bought my Gemini Junior in about June 2023, there was a card with a website, and I went looking and I thought, are there so many products? I didn't know. The shows, I watched them, and I dare to chat, and the presenters were so great, so helpful, and so professional. They taught me so much, and when I had a question, they told me how to do it, and they gave a demonstration. Also, if I had a problem, I could email. That team is so great. They always mailed back and always had an idea to solve my problem. I'm so glad with it. Well, I did not know everything about Sarah, but I see the difference in what she does and what it becomes now, the Crafter's Companion. I can only say the whole team, everyone works so hard, so fine. Yeah, well, I didn't know it exists. The respect they have for everyone. I'm glad with it. I will say thank you, thank you, thank you to all of you for all you're doing. See you. Bye.
The instruction and inspiration is mind-blowing.
The inspiration, the products to make our own and make it our own.
I get so much inspiration and tips and tricks from everyone there at Crafters Companion.
And there's so much support, respect, and inspiration all through the socials.
I like to watch Crafters TV as often as I'm free, and I always get new ideas each time, and it certainly helps kickstart my mojo.
That is why I love Crafters Companion, because they make me look like a better crafter and give me ways to do things that I haven't tried before.
I wouldn't be the crafter I am today without Crafters TV, so thank you.
Hi, I'm Alex Girling. I don't normally wear glasses, but to read, I need to wear my glasses. I've known of Crafters Companion for probably the whole time that they've existed, which happens to be the amount of time that I've been doing papercraft. I'm a cross stitcher originally, knitting, things like that, and then I sort of discovered papercraft, and that's really taken over everything that I do. And I have to say, having just gone through all of my craft stash, the majority of what I have is Crafters Companion. Nothing compares, just brilliant. Thank you so much for everything that you do. I'm sorry, I'm not in my craft room. It's quite dark in there and the lighting isn't fantastic, and I'm waiting for my lunch. So, thank you. Keep up the brilliant work. You're all amazing. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Do remember, for any comments that you put in, we are going to be putting you into a prize draw to win a £10 or $10 voucher. So any comments at all, but we were asking particularly for questions for Craft Clinic, which we're going to start in a couple of moments' time. So if you've got any questions, just put them in. If you want to let us know what you've been up to, do let us know. Lots and lots of love for that album that you've just made. I think it's a really good idea. I've never made an album.
All right.
I've done a couple of singles.
Yes. Oh, gosh, I fell for it again.
Mary Pat says, great idea, dear Sheila. Cheryl says, love the album idea, Sheila. And Trudy says, love that idea for a little book. Really good idea. Right, I'm just waiting for the questions to come through. As always, we always say to you, just message in if you've got a question. When we're doing things, if we can and we've got enough time in a show, the craft expert will sort of go back and show a particular technique if they have the opportunity to. So do keep watching. If you are brand new to us, we're quite nice here. We are very able to come back to you. Drop us a message on Facebook. We come back to you. But equally, if you're watching a show and you want to ask a question, please do. We'd love to hear from you. We know that there are lurkers, for want of a better term, people that watch and don't sort of comment. But we're really quite nice. I'm just putting it out there. Right, first question. This is from Marie Short. I need to catch up on Craft Your Stash. Can anyone tell me how to create the football? How to create the football, please, as I can't work it out.
A football?
I think we need a bit more information on that one.
Yes, if you could let us know whether you mean like an actual 3D football or something like that.
Was there a die that we had with a big football in it? Apart from I had that little one today,
didn't we?
We had the little
one today, which is just a tiny die.
Yeah.
But I guess the lady needs...
we might need a bit more information on that, Marie. Marie again. I've got lots of rolls from a label printer at work, but no idea what to do with them. Any ideas? Welcome, particularly for Christmas. How wide are the rolls of the label printer? I suppose they're probably going to be that kind of size,
Maybe,
5?
Yes.
I mean, you could do quite. I mean, we've got that. What was the label printer we had, the label maker, or label, the sticker maker thing that we had?
The Xyron?
Yeah. I mean, it works in a similar kind of way. I mean, you could certainly you could print things onto your labels, couldn't you? And then put them through the die cut, through the Gemini. Die cut labels.
I would think so. Yeah, it depends, I guess, on the surface of the label. So if it's, I mean, because you could stamp onto it, couldn't you? You could stamp your sentiments and things onto it, but it just depends on what the label feels like. If it's silky or glossy or smooth, and then you'd have to vary your inks as to what would work on that. But I mean, you could, might be nice to put them through your embossing folders. Because that would give you then some unusual finishes, some textures, and it depends as well on the size of the labels. Like you say, is it a long roll or are they separate small labels? But I would think embossing them with embossing folders would be quite nice, but die cutting as well would be good, because if they're sticky,
it's nice and easy, isn't it?
You're going to be able to cut like hearts, maybe squares, stars, snowflakes, things like that with some of your dies. So yeah, but I think if it was a glossy finish, you'd have to use like a permanent ink that would just go on there, so that it wouldn't smudge if you were stamping a sentiment or something. But yeah, I mean, you could probably use your alcohol markers on there as well.
I quite like the idea of using them as labels, you know, for putting on the presents. You know, so you could get like a Christmassy kind of stamp, couldn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
And then like stamp it with, and then put some embossing powder over the top of it, so you've got that embossed effect on the stamp.
Yes.
And then handwrite the rest, who it's actually to.
Yeah.
There's lots of things you could do with that.
Yeah, I mean, they're sticky. You could probably put, you know, take them off and put your glitter on the sticky side, rub that in, gilding flakes. You know, there's lots of things you could do with them, and then obviously use them as backgrounds, like Becky's saying, use them as an actual sticker, like a label, maybe punch out the corners or something, and
that's a good idea. Or cutting out shapes with your dies, and then using them as seals on your envelopes.
Yeah, absolutely, that's a great idea, isn't it?
Yeah. Lots of things you could do with that.
Lots of ideas.
Now I'm feeling quite jealous that you've got loads of labels.
Yeah, me too, because I'm wanting to try things now.
Next question is, it was the football from the earlier show. How to do that football.
Oh.
Have you got it to hand?
Oh, okay. Well, we've got the cards. I could get the die out and show you how to do it.
That would be great if you
can
don't
just
mind.
have a minute while I get the bits together.
And then while we're doing that, Catherine says, the Colorista pencils, do they just blend, or do you need blending fluid? Do you know the answer to that question?
Yes, they won't. I don't think it will work with blending fluid. They're not a water-based pencil, so they're more waxy. So they will blend with each other. I'm just wondering if I've got something in here that actually, yes. No, I was just messing with them as soon as I got them. And what you can see here is, I'll do it on the overhead, shall I? Because that's probably better. I've actually used them on white cards, so I stamped the little dinosaur from the Adventurer kit, and I just blended them together. So I've coloured in like lighter, and this is not brilliant. I need much more practice on this with those, because I normally use water-soluble or water-based pencils. But if you put like a lighter bit and then add a darker bit and then go over them together, maybe a bit like you would with an alcohol marker, and they will blend with each other. But I think because they're wax, that's the only way I could do it. If anybody knows better than that, then please let us know. But these are my Colorista pencils, and they blend with each other. I think I did ask Debbie the other day, and she said, no, the colours will blend together.
Yeah.
But yeah, you might be able to find another way, but that's the only way I know at the minute. But yeah, they do work really nice, and they do give that old style waxy feel like we used to have when I had crayons at my grandma's back in the 60s and 70s. You know, it's really nice, nice finish, nice and smooth.
Great, brilliant, thank you for that. Evelyn says, do you like mixed media crafting?
Yes, I do. I mean, I don't do a lot of it. I like doing like little backgrounds with stamps and spritzers and a bit of this and a bit of that. But I have done like canvases and things where I've spritzed on canvas, and then I've made rosettes and put them on. And I've cut some stuff out on like my scan and cut machine, and then you know, done 2 or 3 layers and done it all in white. So I've put words on and flowers and things like that in lots of layers of cards, and then painted over it and spritzed on it and things like that. So I don't do a lot of mixed media, but I have done bits here and there when I get the chance. So yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Stephen Cole says, what's the best way to cut acetate?
Well, if you're doing it on a die cutting machine, obviously having a metal plate is is the way I've always done it. It depends. If it's a thick construction weight, you usually need a metal plate, because sometimes you can go through and through and through and take, if you're on a cranking machine or you're on a Gemini, we would use a metal plate. But if it's a thinner acetate, it might, depends on the micron of the acetate, you might be able to just do it with a die. If it's thin acetate and a bit kind of bendy, you probably should just be able to do it on your die cutting machine. But anything that's kind of rigid or thick, you would need to do the metal plate.
And if you were just doing straight cuts?
But if you were doing it with you can do it on your cutter, you can do it on your guillotine and your paper trimmer. Guillotine would probably be better because it's a big solid blade with a bit of weight. But yeah, and scissors, obviously you can cut it with scissors. But yeah, and a knife, obviously a knife with a metal edge ruler.
Okay,
that would work.
Okay, thank you. If you show the football, and then I've got one more question afterwards.
Okay.
Fab.
So I'm going to get, in fact, I'll get a piece of, let me get a piece of white, just plain white card, because that's what I used rather than watercolour card. So we'll take this onto here. Now I actually did this through the mini machine because, and it did create a little bit of an embossed effect. So we'll try it. We'll see how it is. I was quite happy with the embossed effect that it gave. So let's just pop that in there, and then we'll. Now I wouldn't normally tape it down a little die like this, but because we're wanting to actually add ink to it, then we might need to just have a bit of tape on. So let's see. Let me see if that has embossed or not. I don't know if it has. But even if it's not embossed, you can still do it. You can still get that effect. So what I need to do is take this off here. I'm going to take one piece of tape off because that's slightly over my little holes that are in the die, and I need to have those all free to apply the ink. Right, so let me grab a blending tool. There we go. So the other day I actually used, there might be a bit of ink on one of these that, sometimes if you have inks on these and you've used them recently, it might actually still work. So basically, yeah, it will. And this will be a totally different colour, but what you're going to get, and do it with your little blending sponge like that. I've just moved it a tiny bit, but I think it'll be all right if I show you that now. So you can see how simple that is.
Excellent.
So we've actually made, let's put it on something a bit darker and then you can see it. It has done a tiny, tiny bit of an embossed effect. Obviously, if you've got your shims, I've not got everything to hand here because I wasn't expecting that question, but you can see how, you can add more colour on there. If I just take the die off there now and pop it back on to where it was, let's see. I think it was there like that. And you can hold it, so I'm going to hold it with my fingers, because the amount of pressure you put on is going to vary how the ball will actually look. So just go through that, and you can't do this with every die. I mean, there was a time when I used to do this through all my dies, but it has to be a certain kind of die that has a lot of holes in, so you can do it. But then what you can do as well is you can just go around the edge like that, and that gives it then a little bit of kind of a frame on there. So that's the easiest way I can tell you to do it. But it does work. Again, you could do it multicoloured. You could even draw through it with a pen. You could maybe go around that then with a black pen and actually highlight those. But yeah, it does work.
Perfect. Thank you very much for that. We've got one more question. We've got two more questions, but I don't know whether we're going to fit the other one in. So the first one is from Susanna. Can you use tacky glue to stick acetate? I don't have a lot of glue options in my stash, but I have cut some small elements out of acetate that I want to add to a current project.
Now, tacky glue wouldn't work because acetate isn't porous, so there's nothing for it to soak into. It just will not grab. I would always use probably red liner tape, but again, it depends on what you're sticking it to and what you've cut. If you're wanting to cut like say a circle, and it's just clear acetate, you're going to have to put something over it. So if you imagine we've just done the football there, you would have to put tape around the edge of the acetate circle, stick that on, and then have a frame that would go over the top to hide the tape. The only other way you could do it is by maybe using like staples, or depends what you're making, or brads, eyelets, things like that, where you're going to actually secure it. You're going to put a hole in, put a brad through and pull the legs up behind. And again, if the legs show through, you can, if you've got a little nail clipper or a pair of snips, you can actually cut the legs on a brad, which is like a paper fastener. So you've got the little blob and then the two prongs like that. When you put those flat like that, if they're showing through the acetate, you can snip them so they don't show quite as much. But it is tricky. It depends. I'd have to kind of see or know what you were cutting, really. As you saw this morning with the patterned acetate, we actually used the red liner tape. Red liner tape is great because it's strong and it will hold it, but you'd have to hide that, I think, somehow.
If you use something like all-purpose, could that melt the acetate? Because it's a solvent, isn't it?
Yes, I've never actually tried it. I mean,
it might make it warp, I suppose, because it is a solvent and it is a plastic.
It's likely it will. Yeah, I mean,
or would a tape pen work if you had a tape pen?
Tape pen might work. It depends what you're doing with it. Because you obviously, if it's not going to be in sight, then you can use any kind of double-sided or red liner. You could use. You can't. It wouldn't work with collal, I don't think, and I don't think tacky glue would do it. It just needs something that it can grab onto, really. So the tape is good, but it depends on what you're doing with it. You tend to have to cover the area where you've put it on, really.
Yeah.
And you can, of course, if you're making a shaker window, you can use foam tape and stuff around the edge. But I always cover it with a frame or something so you don't see it.
Sorry, what did you say? Foam tape?
Like foam, like a foam on a roll. You know, like we have.
Hey! Foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Hey! I've been trying for ages to get you to say it.
I'm sorry, I'm not getting it.
So it was one of the songs that Ben made. So whenever anyone said what that product was,
right,
everyone had to sing the song.
Oh my goodness, okay.
And I've been trying really hard all show to get you to say it. Yes.
Oh,
and I couldn't get you to say it. So I'm sorry, that is your what's the word when you?
Oh my goodness.
What's the word when you become part of a group? It's your initiation, your first foam on a roll.
I was going to say, is that my initiation? My goodness. Thank goodness. Foam on a roll. Okay, foam on a roll. I'll remember that one. And back to the future.
I feel much better now. I've managed to do that. No, could you hear me earlier on? What kind of one of the other questions we've got is I'm so sorry, Sheila.
It's okay.
It's from Lenore, and she wants to know: can you show us how to fold a tea light card for those stained glass effects? So, what kind of folder would it be? Like not a tent fold, but a card where you've got your aperture, so you can fit a tea light in the back of it or inside it, and then have one of those. We might have to come back to you on that one.
I'm not sure I've actually seen one with a tea light in the
they
back.
look like.
Does it stand up with like?
Yeah, so you've got like a base in the middle, and then you've got like a bit that goes up at the top, and you've got apertures cut in front and back, and you can put your stained glass in the middle of them.
Oh, I see.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And then you put like a little plastic
I would have to figure that one out, because obviously I've not used these before. I mean, I've never put like a tea light, like an artificial tea light in a a project like that, in that kind of shape. I know what you mean. I guess it comes up a bit like a tent. I would think that it would be. I mean, I could in my head. I guess if you were drawing it, if I was drawing it,
because you'd have a base. You'd have a base first of all, wouldn't you?
Yes.
And then you'd have the two pieces coming up.
Yes.
You cut your aperture out of either side.
Yes.
Just a little bit smaller than the glass, the stained glass panel and stick on the back.
Yes.
Yeah, like that.
So would we have, right, so I've just cut, obviously this is not the size you do it, but if I was trying to draw it, say if I'd never heard of it before and I was trying to think of how I would do it, I'm thinking you would have like maybe a score line here. So obviously you need to gauge the width. Let's get this. This might be a good example here. So if we imagine this is the tea light, then I would guess that you would need to do a score line somewhere down here.
Yeah.
And obviously your card would have to be a certain length, but you could work out the measurements. So you're going to have tea light sitting in there and there. So this would be a score.
Yeah.
So that comes, so that these two sides come up.
Yeah.
So let's just do it on this bit. So maybe like, say for instance, like this. And this is not going to be even with measurements and stuff. So it's kind of that you want to create, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something like that. But obviously imagine it's more even. However, saying that, I would score, I would then do a score like there.
Yeah.
So if we scored that, that would be, that would sit like that. So you wouldn't see that inside. And then you would cut your aperture. So let's do it on here. You would have maybe a score line there.
Yep.
And a score line there. Do it dotted, and then it makes more sense. And then here you would have your aperture, and here you would have your aperture. So that when then your tea light sits there, you fold that up. You would fold that one up and you'd score it on your board, obviously, wouldn't you? Do it like I'm doing it now. Although this is how we used to do it in the day when we didn't have scoreboards. We used to do it at the back of a knife and a ruler.
Yeah. Metal ruler.
Yeah. So you're gonna in effect create that. But I mean, this is uneven measurements, but you would have that kind of thing. But that was probably better. And then your aperture is going to be here and here, depending on whether you want a sentiment or wherever. But does that make sense?
Yeah.
I can only think it's like that because it's something that's going to go on display, isn't it? It's not something that you're going to post to someone, so it's going to be kind of like that. But it should be easy on measurements. I may make one. I'm going home today, so I may make one over the coming days, and just so that we've just got a template for my own brain, so I can give you the measurements. That might help.
Excellent. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Right. That's it. That's it for the questions. Thank you very much for putting those in. Obviously, any comments that you're putting through, any questions, you're going to be in with a chance of winning a £10 or $10 voucher. So, the goodie bag. We showed it to you earlier on today, but if you missed it, you need to grab it because there's so much in here. £35 or $45. The platinum price is £28 or $36. There is loads in here. You've got creator cards. Got that one with the flowers, this one with the butterfly. We've got a hole punch, bit of decorative corner punch actually. We have got some sentiments on washi tape in rose gold. We've got a papercraft mask, not like a mask you wear when you're doing papercraft, but like one that you stick on cards. And then we've got some shimmer spray. Nobody laughed at that. I don't know why I bother, you know. We've got some shimmer spray in gooseberry. It's really quiet in the gallery. I think they're eating biscuits or something. Big bit of pink, fuchsia pink and Centura pearl. Looks really, really beautiful there. We've also got some black card blanks. Got 100 of those, and with some envelopes. Sorry, you wanted me to go back to that? Back to the future. We've got one of these. This is a totally Tiffany ribbon tray. So you've got, I think there's more than one in here, isn't there? Yeah, there's 3 in here, ribbon trays for organising all your ribbons. And then finally, we've got some of those stained glass circular images here. Lots and lots of different designs in there. And as you see, they're all made out of acetate. There is so much in here. And for that kind of price, who wouldn't want to pop that in the basket? We've only got 26 of these left, so you're going to need to be quick if you want these. Don't miss out. Everyone says how they love the goodie bags because there's lots of different things inside them. Right. Next one, we're going to look at the letterpress. This is, apparently, this is the Letterpress Collezione, according to George in the gallery, who's fluent in Italian. And English as well. And Spanish. Yeah. Oh, please stop arguing with each other about Latin. It's very highbrow, this show. Letterpress. So I've heard a lot about it, but I've never actually seen it in action. So I'm going to be looking forward to seeing what this is like. So you've got this. They've got the letterpress here. In this bundle, you're going to be getting the platform, the plastic shim. You're going to be getting an ink pad, some Cotta papers, and you're going to get 3 letterpress plates, repositionable tape, and the instruction booklet in here. So that is the main part. Then we've also got these ones. These ones, these ones, these ones. We've got some Centura Pearl in baby pink, I hope. Baby pink, yeah. And then we've got the stamps and the dies to use, also the stamps to use with the letterpress. So we've got things like uppercase ticker. This is a tape sentiment. We've also got the lowercase ticker, the tape sentiments here. We've also got the blossoming daisies, the poppy, they're really pretty, the astra, and I don't mean the car, the rose, yeah, we've got a stamp here for the Vauxhall Astra, we've got a thank you,
Vauxhall Astra.
We've got with love, and we've got just a note here as well. And that is it in that bundle, isn't it? That's bundle 1. £70 or $90. Platinum price is £56 or $72. There are other bundles, so just have a look at the website. You'll be able to see the other bundles. You're going to do a little demo on this, and I'm quite looking forward to it because I've never seen it being used.
I am, yes. I'm going to do a demo. Yesterday, I tried it for the first time, and I did it actually on air.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, let's do this because this is what you're going to do when you get it home. You're going to open it. You're going to go, right. There's even for me as a demonstrator, there's always that little bit of fear when you get something new, especially if it's a gadget or a machine or something, because you think, oh, what do I do? What if what if I do it wrong? What if it doesn't work? Well, then if it doesn't work, you try it a different way. What I'm going to do today is, because yesterday I did it on the cotton card. Now, I do believe the cotton card has actually sold out. I'm sure we'll probably get more back. But at the minute, I believe, is that right, George? Did that sell out the other day, the cotton card? Yes, I thought it did. So what we're going to do, I think we'll use, because I haven't tried it on watercolour card. Now, I did hear Sarah on the takeover the other day that she did. I'm sure she said it would work on watercolour card, so I think we'll just try it because the pressure's going to be the same on the machine. So we're going to use, we used the thank you yesterday, so let's do with love. Let's try with love. So this is nice. So in here you're going to get, and this is in, I think this will be in one of the bundles on the website. So it's not a die. And it's not a stamp, it's kind of somewhere in between. So it's just like a plate. It feels really, really nice. So what we'll do, I think, let's see if I can lift this up. When you get your letterpress, you're going to have, there's a little shim under here, which is a tiny bit tricky to get out, but I can see it there. If I can't, there we go. So you've got this shim. You can put that in and leave that in all the time, I think. You've also got your magnetic shim in here, so that really makes it easy. You can see that you've got your measurements on here too. So you've got 5x5, A2. Now, you're probably thinking, what is A2 in the UK? Because this is not usually a card size that we refer to, but in the US, their A2 is kind of equivalent to our A6, but it's not the same. It's slightly wider, but slightly shorter than our A6, so it's a little bit different. So if you're wondering what A2 is, that's the size. Then we've also got 4x6, which is our A6 in the UK, and then we've got 5x7. So again, you can do small ones, you can do large ones. And the idea of that is that it's also printed exactly the same on the lid, so that when you're lining it up, you know that you're going to get everything in place. Say, for instance, you might be making 120 wedding invitations and you want them all to be placed in the same place on the card. So what we're going to do, first of all, I think we'll have the with love. And this is a really good indication as well if you're going to use the alphabets, because there's alphabets. Are the alphabets still in stock or not? The alphabets
in this
gone.
bundle.
Okay, so we've got the alphabet. Shall I show them? Shall I just show them? So we've
Can
got
I ask
the...
a question? Does this mean you can use any dyes as a letterpress or not?
No.
There has to be, these are special.
These are special. It's a plate, so it's not a dye.
Yeah.
It doesn't cut. It just stamps, but it stamps in to the cardstock, so it's slightly different. But these are the alphabets we've got. We've got the big alphabet set here, which is absolutely beautiful. It's very detailed and it's ever so lovely. It's really, really unusual. It's great for weddings, personalisation, anything like that. And then you've got the uppercase and the lowercase in just a regular alphabet. So again, you've got everything, and you've got the ampersand as well in there. So they're really good to have, because it means you can, you can personalise people's, like if you've made a little album, for instance, like we did earlier, you can do that. So what we're going to do as well, I think because we've got a lot of flowers. So yesterday I'm going to see which one I used yesterday, and then we will do a different one, I think. So it at least gives you an idea. I think that was the one I used yesterday. That's this one. So I'm going to actually use this one today because this is nice, and I think it's nice to show the different ones as well. So is this already open? Yes, it is, and that makes it nice and easy. And they will all come packaged, and they'll be on a sheet as well, unless it's just a one plate like that. So what we can do is we can put that onto there. We can place it on there, but we can also, let's do it like that, I think. So we're within, make sure we're within the 5x5, and this is what's good about this, because I'm looking where the 5x5 lines are, and I'm being able to make sure that this just tucks into there, so you can see now 5x5. So what you do now is you can do it either that first and this first, or you can do it the opposite way around. You will also get in your box with the letterpress plate, you will get some of this tape, and it's almost it feels a little bit like the tape you get at the hospital if you've had a little injury or something, a bit like the micropores, but it's not quite as
so it's not low tack tape. It's
no,
a different tape.
It feels different to the low tack that we have. This low tack has got quite a bit of stickiness to it, whereas this is not.
Okay.
It's not quite as.
Is it as sticky as like a Post-it note?
Yes. Yeah. That may be right. Yeah, that's probably more on that in that area. So what you have also got, I know you're going to get your ink with it in. You've got to get some ink with it, but what we've got here, and I think we'll do a similar thing to what we did when we tried it yesterday. So we've got the forest green, the jet black, and the regal purple. Now, if you've got the flowers and you've got the words as well, you can mix the inks. So I think what we'll do first of all, like I did yesterday, we'll take the green. Now, you're not going to use it like a stamp. You're not going to bang it on. You have to kind of smoosh it around. So you have to roll it like this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do it gently, because I'm aware that these are larger ink pads. If you wanted to, you could do these separately. So you could do this first, then put it back in, and then do that one. But I am fearful that I will maybe not be able to get it in the right place after. I'm sure you will. So, but what we'll do, and I'm going to use, this is the great thing about these ink pads, because that makes it much easier for me to get ink in those little bits and those little leaves, so I'm not getting it on the words. So that's quite good. And again, we're just rolling it in like that and rolling it on top. And it's really clever, and it's really quick, and it's really not messy. She says, getting a bit on the edge there, but I don't think that will make any difference. Okay, so let's do the green. I think we've got most of the green now. I might go over that bit there with purple. So we're going to try and do the flowers in purple. So let's take the end of this, and we'll put the purple on, and we'll rub the purple on the top there. Don't worry about it if it runs into the green, it's fine, because once it goes onto the cardstock, it just looks amazing. And it'd be interesting to see how it looks on watercolour cardstock. I mean, I think it'd be great to do it on, you know, different colours, different textures.
Do you have to, can you only use the inks that come with this? There's specific inks for this?
There are special inks. These are just dye-based and non-smear with watercolour, so it means they won't run when you actually add colour to your flowers. But they are specifically made for this because it says on the ink pad letterpress. So we know that they're made specifically for that. And then what we'll do, we'll take our black and we're just going to go over the letters like that. I'm going to just go in with this and make it a little bit quicker. So remember, just gentle rubs on top and take your time. You can go slower than I am. And we'll just go over the with love. Yeah, I think it'd be nice to see how it looks if you do it on like pearlescent card. Because do you get some pearlescent with it, or am I imagining that? No, I'm thinking of the last bundle.
We've got other bundles where you can get the inks.
Yes. Okay. Right. Let's just get that little end bit done there, because I want to make sure that it's all coated all over. And then I used to have a letterpress system, and it was such a faff. I mean, letterpress is great no matter, you know, how you do it or what you do with it, but it does give a great effect. But what a faff that was. So we put the lids down now, and we put that through the Gemini. You don't need any plates or anything, it just goes through. And it's always very exciting when you come to lift it up. I'm not sure if that's going to be the right way or... Yep. There you go.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. It's amazing, isn't it? I could never stamp anything like that. It just is, I think it takes it to another level, because when it's dry and you feel it, you can actually feel that it has gone into the cardstock. So it's really, really lovely. It makes them, and of course then you can start to add some colour to that. You could die cut around it if you've got a die. Make it, you know, it's just so beautiful. It's really incredible how it works. The one I had my ink was in tubes, so it was like thick paint. What I had to do was put it down on a mat, roll a brayer through it, and then roll that on top. Yeah. And it could be quite messy, you know, and then you had another plate to put on top, and then you had to put it through a special machine. So it was a real faff. This is just so easy to do, so simple. And I mean, you know, you could add your glitter glues to that, you could add your watercolours, you could do whatever you want to with that, and it would make it beautiful. Add some gems, could just have a few gems dotted about, put it on a bit of black, on a project, job done.
That's lovely. Oh, I really like that.
Isn't it
amazing? I want one of those. I want one of those. Can I fit one in my bag?
Yeah, really, really nice. Really
Who
good.
knows? £70, $90. Platinum price is £56 or $72. Again, this is a tariff-free bundle. Right, while that's been happening, you've been buying this in your droves, so I want to show you this goodie bag again. We haven't got that many left now, and it is an incredible deal. So this is just £35 or $40, but for platinum it's £28 or $36. So in here you're going to be getting 3 rolls of this washi tape with sentiments in rose gold. You'll also be getting this mask. This is the classic echinacea. So you use that for inking or spritzing. We're going to have 2 creator cards in there. That one with the flowers around the edge and that one with the butterfly. We've also got 50 upside down, 50 black 5x7 card blanks with matching envelopes, with envelopes in white. You don't want black envelopes because no one can see what you've written. That is in the bundle as well, so that's 100 pieces altogether, 50 envelopes, 50 cards. You've got some fuchsia coloured Centura Pearl with that fantastic sheen on there. You've got some shimmer spray. This is Dancing Green. Sorry, we've gone back to the fuchsia. She's going to be so sick of these jokes now, basically. You saw the demo that Sheila did with this spray earlier on. It looks absolutely fabulous. Then we've got one of our corner punches. This is Decorative Scallops. There's so much in here. You've then got a 3-piece a set of ribbon trays from Totally Tiffany. You can see what they look like there. So we say ribbon trays, but you can use them for organising anything. They come flat packed. They are very, very sturdy, easy to clean, perfect for organising your crafty stash. And then finally, we've got this one here. So this is your stained glass effect circular images, just to show you a couple of them. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? Really, really beautiful. You've got lots of different designs. We've got less than 20 of these now. Please, if you want these, it's tariff-free, £35, $45, platinum, £28 or $36. You're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 items in there. That is incredible deal. Incredible deal. The next thing we're going to show you are the... Where have I put them? Oh, I think Sheila might have those over there. I don't have those over here.
I've got the samples.
You've got the samples. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Spoke too soon. Right. So this is a total bundle. I love these. I'm in next week. I think we've got these on next week as well. I'm going to have my nails painted just to match with these. I've sort of got them, so I've got strawberries and chilies on my nails at the moment. But look, watermelon, you've got ability to create a fantastic watermelon box. So you've got stamps and you've got dye and a template in here. We've got the same thing for the citrus fruit, so you can lemon, orange or lime, or grapefruit, and strawberry as well. To give you a rough idea what they look like, these are what the templates will look like. Here, so allowing you to create some really fabulous designs. We're also going to include some tacky glue. Yep, drop something on the floor, there it is. Tacky glue. You're going to be able to get, there's an ink pad in there as well. Yeah, the Friar Brown ink pad. And then we've got a selection of Centura Pearl or Centura Metallic, so you've got this one in gold. You've got Christmas green in the Centura Pearl, and you've got Christmas red. Those colours are going to work really, really well with the designs we've got there. This is £45 or $64. Platinum price is £36 or $51.20. Tariff-free yet again. Sheila, I love these.
Aren't these amazing? Do you want me to show any samples?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
a quick demo.
Before we crack on with a quick demo, let me just make a bit of space, because these are incredible. So we've got, I'll just grab the baskets and show you some of the samples, because they're pretty amazing. Let's do the boxes first, because that's what it's all about. So we've got the lovely boxes. You're a melon. Is that what it says? No, you're sorry, I missed the middle line out.
What did you say? You're a melon?
You're one in a melon. I'm just so ridiculously hot.
I don't know what happens in your house, but in my house, that's not a term of endearment. That is, you've eaten all the pies and a watermelon.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
It's like Happy Mondays, you're twisting my melons, man.
I'm just really hot, so I'm going a bit delirious now. But yeah, look at these. We've got two there, both done differently. One's got been inked through, and we've got little bit white bits put on with a pen. We've then got this one with the glitter here. Looks like it's been heat embossed. We've got Melanie here.
Melanie.
Who's amazing, isn't she? And then we've got a little light box that you can carry with the handle on. We've also got a couple of fabulous cards. So let's show you some of the cards. So we've got this one. So just using one small portion of the templates that actually come in the pack. And then we've got this one. This is one of my favourites, I think, which has got the... someone has bitten something out of there, which is quite funny. But yeah, those are the cards with the melon. And then let's show you the cards with the strawberries. So we've got we need to show you the boxes first, because this is what they do. So you've got the fabulous box there. You've got the box there with the gold. Obviously it's being embossed. It looks fabulous. They're so fun. The lid comes off, obviously, and you've got the lid on there. And the base, so you can fill them with little treats of all different kinds. You've got your stamps in there as well, and you've got all the dies. Look at this. Bunting, which is pretty amazing. Strawberry bunting.
Oh, I like that.
Amazing, isn't it?
I thought of a joke.
Amazing. Oh.
What does she wear to the gym? Lululemon. Oh, it's a brand of gym wear.
Oh, is
that
it?
fell flat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had no idea. I don't go to the gym. Right,
I was giggling away to myself.
We've got lemons. Let's show you the lemons as well. Sorry, everything's tucked under here. Let's show you the melons as well. And the lemons, sorry. We've done the melons. Right, so we've got a lime box made out of the lemon. We've got the lemon boxes. Look at these. They're fabulous. The good thing is with these as well, all of these will
like
rock.
those.
Isn't that amazing?
I'd
So
like
you can
those filled
rock
with.
them.
Do you remember those lemon and orange slices you used to get?
Oh, jelly slices.
Yeah, oh, I used to
yes,
like those.
yes. You can make cards with them. You've got stamps in each set, so you've got 3 sets of stamps in each set. Orange, why not turn it into an orange? Why not make a little bag? So you've got the little handbag.
Oh.
Look how cute that is.
Is that in a Centura Pearl?
Yes, I think it is.
Yeah, card.
Yeah, looks amazing, doesn't it? And then we've got the little napkin holder here.
Oh,
which is
that's
really
lovely.
cute. And then we've also got another little basket here. So really beautiful. They're quite amazing what you can do. And we were talking about, Ben was saying about actually making this into like a little boat, you know, so you could put a cocktail stick with a sail on, you know, and they'd be great for the kids to play with. We'd said also about like a seesaw, because everything is fantastic. We've got loads and loads of samples there.
Fantastic. They are absolutely gorgeous. So you've got, in this bundle, you've got the templates and the dies here. So you've got the watermelon, the citrus fruit and the strawberry. You can see from those samples, there is so much you can do with these. You've also going to be getting the ink pad, the glue, and a selection of the Centura Pearl cards. That is an incredibly good deal, and that's one of those things that I'm going to order on my way home. £36 is the platinum price, or $51.20. We have the final winner, and that is Rosalind Russell on Facebook. Well done, Rosalind Russell. If you can email in at ctvprizes@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and that's ctvprizes@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and that's Rosalind Russell. And remember, we do this every Saturday. We do offer you the opportunity to win a £10 or $10 voucher. All you've got to do is message in, and we'll do another craft clinic next week. This has been a fabulous day. I've really enjoyed it.
It's been very enjoyable. Despite the heat, we've got through. Looked like we've been playing tennis, actually. It's so warm. But anyway, we've had a lovely time. And it's been great that everyone has joined in and sent us lots of questions. And we've hopefully answered some of them for you.
Fantastic. And Sheila, when are you next back in?
I am back up next week, so I'm coming up on Wednesday, so I'll be doing the Wednesday evening show, and then I'll be doing some shows on Thursday as well. So.
And do you know what you've got on your shows? Can you give us a sneaky... are we going to keep it a secret?
I don't think I can give you a sneak peek at the minute, but yeah.
She's a tease, isn't she?
You'll have to wait. Don't join us.
I am back next Saturday. It's going to be a hot one this week, so do make sure you take plenty of fluids. You do lots of crafting, and you spend lots of time out in the sun, because that's the best thing to do. Ben will be back here on Monday, I assume. He's here on Monday, with lots of other ideas, fun things for you to look at. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.